Phil Rucker, let's talk about that briefing. There was the moment when Paula Reed from CBS was trying to question him about what happened in February, because in their video, in their timeline, they keep talking about what he did in January and then skipping to March. But all during February, there were weeks where there was no mitigation. And those were weeks tragically lost. And this is, let's just take a look at that moment between the CBS correspondent and the President of the United States.
What did you do with the time that you bought?
You know
the
we
month
did.
of February. That
we did.
Was a gap.
What do you do?
Month of February.
What do you do when you have no case in the whole United States?
You had cases
when
in February.
Excuse me, you reported it. 0 cases, 0 deaths on January 17th.
February, the entire
January.
month of
I said in January.
Your video has a complete gap.
On January 30th.
What did your administration do in February with the time that your travel ban bought
A lot. A lot. And in fact, we'll give you a list. What we did, in fact, part of it was up there. We did a lot. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake.
Well, of course, that's not the first or the last time that the president has reacted that way against a correspondent. But, Phil, from your reporting, wasn't there something different about last night's briefing?
Andrea, it was extraordinary because the president made it all about himself for more than 2 hours. I mean, the death toll is climbing. Millions of Americans are filing for unemployment insurance. Tens of thousands of Americans are waiting in lines for hours to get to a food bank. And the president talked about himself for 2 hours, about who was praising him, who was criticizing him and should have been praising him, who had used which names to call him, defending his actions. And Paula Reed was right there to raise the question about the month of February, because the president talks a lot about his restrictions on travel from China that were imposed in late January. But then for the month of February, they did almost nothing on the coronavirus. The president was holding major campaign rallies around the country. He visited India for an event with the prime minister there. And it wasn't until the very end of the month when he returned home from India that the administration got serious to really tackle the challenge of the coronavirus. And as the experts will tell you, that was far too late.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.